This is just a quick video just to give some tips on looking for work in the UK. Right, so the first thing is to have a CV prepared, and when I say a CV, make sure it's to the UK standard. I do have a video about CVs which you can go and watch, or a quick run through is no date of birth, no nationality, no address, no references, no religion, no marital status, no picture. Okay? Apart from that, all the information, your work experience, your education history, and it shouldn't be more than 2 pages. The next thing, have a right to work. Now, lots of companies are open to being fined a penalty fee for hiring people with incorrect immigration status. So now they're very thorough in checking your right to work. So make sure that's in place. Make sure also that you've got your national insurance number. Also make sure you have a bank account. Hygiene. Make sure you're hygienic. Make sure you wash every day. Make sure you have some mints, MINTS, just to take care of any bad breath. Okay, so just have some mints in your pocket, so when you do speak to anybody, your breath is nice and fresh. Make sure you have deodorant. Make sure you wear it every morning. Just look neat and tidy. Okay, the reason I say this is that any moment, if anybody asks you for an interview, or if anybody asks to meet you, you're just presentable, like you are ready. You don't necessarily have to have a trim. You don't have to have, you know, a £100 hairstyle, but just look neat and tidy and be of good hygiene. You don't need to wear lots of expensive clothes, but just look presentable, basically. But it doesn't have to be, you know, designer. Just look, you know, just look neat. Okay. Also now, lots of places are doing things online. So if you are job hunting, you probably find people say, go online, or log in online, or create an account online, and that's just the way things are now. So you may want to create an account with different places. Indeed is very good. Caterers.com, Jooble, JOOBLE, Juliet, Oscar, Bravo, Lima, Echo. Also places like Lidl, Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, Aldi, they usually have online accounts where you can register and look out for any work. There are also other types of work, but I mean, make sure that you are capable of doing things online, selling yourself online, creating an account, uploading your CV, checking for jobs, all online. Also, what I've heard of on Indeed is that you are sometimes asked to do an assessment. This might be just a quick common sense assessment, a little puzzle or something, or you might be asked a few interview questions that you have to like create a voice note for. And so just always prep yourself, so at any time you're ready to just sell yourself, talk about your experience, talk about why you want the job, everything else. I find what might be useful is if you create a Word document and you just have certain information about yourself. So if at any time you need to make yet another application, you can just copy, paste and tweak a few words. Okay? Approach workers. And so you might be somewhere and you might see a worker. Sometimes it's just worth going up to them and saying, oh, excuse me, how did you get this job? Some workers aren't going to tell you, but some of them might. And you never know, the manager might be around and might see that you're being proactive. But yeah, if you see any workers around, maybe you're at the train station, maybe you're in the shopping mall or somewhere, and you may see a worker, you can go up to them and say, oh, hey, I'm looking for work. How did you get your job? Okay, it's worth a try, right? What I will say is if you're looking for work, start first thing in the morning. Also, nighttime is a good time to apply online. So I personally would say first thing in the morning and late at night apply for the jobs, because sometimes when they come out they may have a cut-off point. Maybe after the first 100 people they just lock off the applications. So yeah, I would say first thing in the morning into early afternoon, or late in the evening into the early hours of the morning. That's when I would be applying for jobs online. Also, what I would say is keep a good attitude. I mean, sometimes it can become so demoralizing looking for work and not finding anything. Just keep a good attitude. If someone else finds a job, be happy for them. You might be a bit jealous, but just keep a good attitude and just try and stay positive, okay? Another thing you may want to know is that a lot of workplaces now use software that actually go through applications. So they're looking for buzzwords, they're looking for keywords. So please don't think that the same way you applied for this job, you can apply for that job. You're probably going to have to tweak the cover letter. You're probably going to have to tweak words. You're probably going to have to change your approach for different types of jobs. A good idea is when you apply for different jobs, if you can put the company name within your application, it makes it look more personal. The only thing is, please don't make the mistake of putting the wrong company name to the wrong application, because then they're just going to be like, huh? So yeah, you can try that. My personal favourite is voluntary work. That is a personal favourite of mine. Just doing voluntary work, because you'll be able to it just keeps you in the right setting for if an opportunity does come up. You gain experience, you're networking, and potentially you could actually hear of opportunities there. So I would say voluntary work, even if it's one day a month, I would say voluntary work is really helpful. Also, you may learn to use certain equipment that otherwise you may never learn to use. So just being aware of different types of equipment, or being able to use different types of equipment, and just interacting with different people. And also it can help you just not become down and depressed, and it just keeps you, I don't know, I'm a fan of voluntary work. It also gets you references. So what I would say is, when you apply for jobs, make sure that you work out what the journey time is and how much it will cost to get to that job, because you're going to need travel fare up front. You also need to know if they pay weekly, if they pay monthly, is it a week in arrears, how does it work? So you need to. Right, so once you get a job, you need to figure out if you get paid weekly or monthly, and you need to find out, you need to work out if you have enough money in your savings to get to work for the month. So, for example, if I got the job and I get paid at the end of the month and I need to get the train to get to work, I need to figure out if I have enough savings to be able to pay to go to work for a whole month before I get paid at the end. So do you see what I mean? So also calculate how much money am I going to need to get to this job in the first place, and is it worth it for the amount of money I'm paying to get there? Also, getting paid weekly or monthly, that can help you to figure out your rent, your bills, and everything else. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, and some people, it's not unheard of people to ask for a trial, maybe a 2 week trial, and see how that goes. Yeah, but it can be really difficult looking for work. It's just an ongoing. Looking for work is a job in itself. So just, if you are looking for work at the moment, take it. You have to approach it like a full-time job. So getting up early, going online, applying for different things. Have your target. Maybe say, okay, today I'm going to apply for 50 jobs, or maybe, right, I'm going to apply for 100 jobs a week, but you need to be strategic. You need to make sure that your applications are good applications, and you need to review every so often how you're doing. Am I getting interviews? Am I being shortlisted? Am I being, you just need to reflect and feedback on yourself, like, okay, how am I doing? Or am I just applying for lots of jobs and no one is getting back to me, no one is contacting me, no one is calling me? If that's the case, you need to review your strategy and maybe have somebody feedback to you to see perhaps where you're going wrong. Okay, so so all the best. It is difficult looking for work, but those are just a few tips that might be able to help you. And all the best. And also as well, be careful, don't get scammed. Like, because you're vulnerable and you need a job, you need money, you can end up doing things that are not advisable. So also, obviously you need a job, but just have your boundaries so you don't get involved in any shady stuff. What else was I gonna say? Also, you can do courses. So you may want to do a security course, or you may want to do a CSCS course, a construction license course. So they're good. So you might want to look at yourself and think about what courses you can do to make yourself more appealing to the in the jobs market. But all the best, and I hope those tips do help you. I do have a video on writing a CV. I have a video on supporting statements. You may just want to get like a temporary job with a view of upgrading and getting a better job in future. That's a strategy, because a lot of the time the jobs that you don't want to do for life are usually easier to get, to be fair. And then once you've got your foot in the door and you're doing a job, you can then focus on taking your time and applying for a job that you actually want to do. But yeah, all the best. Thank you. Bye.